Sometimes I wonder, will people only support once they perceive success? But I can't be mad at that, because I'm guilty of the same thing. I hesitate to mention my work when my numbers are still low, because I fear judgment without validation. So yeah, I get it. I too am a bandwagoner. But that realization makes me feel icky, because I know better. I understand the courage it takes to put something out there with 0 likes, 0 sales, 0 applause. And that's why I try to support people however I can. Not out of pity, but because I know the climb. I learned that from Gary from the Chop Tops. Back when I was in Santa Cruz printing out my album covers at Kinko's, there was this one worker who always stood out. Never wore a uniform, always had this rockabilly 1950s look. He'd see me and ask, "Is this for music?" I'd say yeah, and then no questions. He'd hook me up, practically for free. When he handed me my prints, he'd slip in a flyer. Gary from the Chop Tops, cool as shit. Wasn't the same genre as mine, wasn't a favor for favor thing. He just got it. And ever since then, I've tried to pay it forward too. Maybe that's why so many of us half-ass our creative efforts. It's not that we don't care, it's a defense. A way to protect ourselves from half-ass support. If people don't fully support it, we could always tell ourselves, well, I didn't fully go for it either. Maybe that's why I haven't gone all in on the job search. I haven't treated it like my full-time gig, because part of me doesn't believe there's an audience for what I do. But what if I did it differently this time? What if I gave myself the exact kind of support I wish others gave me? What if I became my own biggest fan, a fanatic for who I am and who I'm becoming? What if I stopped waiting to be seen and just saw myself? If I did that, I could never be shot down. Here's the hard truth I had to face. The reason why I haven't landed anything isn't because the system is broken. It's because my portfolio, relative to what's out there, is unremarkable. Not bad, not embarrassing, just scattered. I never focused long enough on one thing to let it become undeniable. And that realization hurt. It exposed avoidance. I kept telling myself I believed in my potential, but belief is not a thought. It's a behavior. And my behavior told a different story. I never fully believed in myself because I didn't believe I was who I needed to be yet. And that showed up everywhere, in my work, in my confidence, in the way I played it safe. It was mediocrity born from hesitation. As someone who thrives on emotion, meaning, on depth, I couldn't bypass that threshold anymore. I had to cross it first. Not with gear, not with excuses, but by deciding I'm willing to put the full weight of my potential behind myself. Not after validation, not after permission. I'd been chasing what psychologists call the arrival fallacy. The belief that once I reached some future milestone, I'd finally be confident, complete, or ready. But that moment never came, because it doesn't exist. The arrival was in the decision to show up anyway.